I'd like to welcome my next guest, Frank Anzalone, photographer, musician, and book author. Frank, welcome to On the Town. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Hi, Judy.
You know, we have worked together for so long now, and I've been wanting to interview you, and today's the perfect day. So I'd like to start out by talking about your wonderful photography, because you've done some wonderful work, not only for your clients, but for me, for the show. When did you start getting interested in photography? Around what age, and what pulled you to photography?
I'm not sure when I exactly started with photography, although I remember my mom and dad giving me a little brownie camera when I was a kid. Taking pictures of anything around the house to some of the family vacations, but more from a kid's point of view. And they were really, they let me play. They didn't tell me to take a picture of this or that. They just let me go with it, which I thought is pretty cool now thinking back on it, because you know, when you're a kid and cost of film and processing, that all adds up. I remember in high school getting involved with the, it's like the yearbook and the newspaper. Did a lot of photography there. And then it just kind of took off, where I've been involved with a lot of different people, shooting for anything from the Grand Prix, Blue Angels, to working for Disney, to some at Santana Row. Just having a lot of fun. I try to have fun when I shoot.
It takes years to develop a good eye for that perfect shot. Tell me what you go through to get that perfect shot. Does it just happen? Do you spend time setting it up? Tell me about that experience.
Well, I think developing the perfect shot, part of it is being in the right place at the right time, part of it is a luck, but part of it is knowing what you're doing with the camera itself. How to control the light, how to adjust yourself position-wise to get a good angle. And I think a lot of that just comes from shooting a lot of pictures, and you look at a lot of pictures and go, well, I don't like that, so you don't do that anymore. And then the ones that you do like, you want to try to copy that angle, or at least use that for a good reference for the next one. You know, some photographs are taken under the control of studio lighting, when you have, for instance, a product shot or a model, where you can really focus the lights or wait for that right expression. And then some photography, journalistic photography, is when you're shooting, say for instance, when I do a special event, the event goes by, they don't stop so you can set up a photo, so you have to be quick with the trigger, you have to anticipate the shot, and I think sometimes having too many shots go by in the past, you learn that even more and more. So I think it's experience.
You've done a lot of work for Disney, and I've seen your work. It's just fabulous. Tell me the experience you've had in working with Disney.
First of all, I'm kind of a Disney fan. We don't like to say fanatic. We'll say enthusiast. Have been since I was a kid. And I really enjoy being there. So I think part of the enjoyment of doing these photo events there is because I enjoy being there. And it does help capture certain moments. I get to shoot, when I do for Disney, I get to shoot the special events, when they dedicate a new park or a new ride or a new attraction. That's what I go down and shoot. So it's really a lot of hoopla and press events. So those are fun. And I get to go a little bit behind the scenes, so that's, you know, it's kind of a treat there. But I really try to capture a good story in a picture or two. I want to be able to tell the story. Yeah, this was for the 50th anniversary in Disneyland, but they had this hot air balloon that they used, and they went around the United States. And they wanted to make sure that the balloon showed up at different places where there was an icon. And we were lucky. There isn't anything more Americana than Mickey Mouse, this balloon, and the Golden Gate Bridge. So they called me to go shoot this, and I went up there, and it was just great. We got there at 5 in the morning, and about 7 o'clock is when this picture was taken. It still has that warm morning light. But here's Mickey, the Golden Gate Bridge. We're capturing the moment. And the rest is history. It turned out really nice, and I enjoyed that moment outside of being there, getting a good photograph.
Well, I think there's not a person alive who doesn't love Mickey Mouse. Would you say that?
I would say that.
You've also photographed a lot of celebrities. Do you have any favorites?
That's a good question. I have had a chance to meet a lot of different celebrities, from the chefs on the Food Channel. Love Giada. Let's see, there's been a lot of the TV and movie star type of celebrities. But the one that stands out in my mind is I had a chance to meet a couple of the 7 original astronauts. Got to meet Wallace Schirra, and I took a picture of him with a couple other people. And usually I don't get in the picture, but would it be okay if they took a picture with me and you? And he said, sure. So I handed my camera to this guy, and he sets up and he goes to take the picture, and he goes, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, click. And that's how generally people do it, right? Wally Schra goes, it's 3, 2, 1. And I just, oh, that's good. I got to write that down. And it was just a
Perfect.
very cute comment, great little moment. So that was a fun one.
Let's talk about your book, The Images and Art of Santana Row. You did a lot of photography at Santana Row, a wonderful place to be, by the way. Tell me about the book, Frank.
Well, the book, it kind of came about by accident. What it was is I had my office there at Santana Row, and when I wanted to be on a break, you know, you have to get out from behind the desk. Yes, tough gig. But I'd walk around with my camera, and luckily I was there all types of seasons, day and night, different events going on. I always had my camera in my hand. So I have this huge library, archive of all these different shots of Santana Row. And mostly when I take pictures there, a lot of it was just the architecture, the way it blended with the landscaping, maybe the way the light happened to hit it. It wasn't really people, it was more of the place. So after about, well, I would say, a good year and a half of taking pictures and just hanging out there, I went to the marketing department and I showed them what I had and said, we got to do something with this. And I did a lot for individual different projects there, but also that's how the book came to be. We decided to put that together, and it's a lot of fun. It was the hardest thing about putting together that book was trying to narrow down the number of pictures, trying to select which ones really told the story.
Frank, how do people find your book? What websites can they go to?
Well, the book is available through a couple of the different merchants at Santana Row. Borders Books has it, Sur La Table has it. And also they can go on my Mickey Photo website, MCKYFOTO, Mickey Photo website. And it's available through that website also.
You're embarking now on a new venture with wine greeting cards. I saw them and they're fabulous. Tell me about
Thanks.
this.
Well, it's kind of, how I talked about my Disney and photography passion. I also have a passion for wines. I enjoy tasting and exploring, and there's so many different great wines here in California. And I know there's wines all over the world, but we're local here. We have so much in our valley even. So I started taking pictures of wine bottles, the vineyards themselves during harvest, and almost the same thing, going to the different wineries and talking to them about doing some advertising marketing. That's the bottom line for me. I do a lot of advertising and marketing photography. So I went to the different wineries and they said, sure, take a couple of pictures of this bottle, and next thing you know, I'm doing greeting cards and postcards and posters and prints for their wine tasting rooms and things like that. So I've been able to mix the passion with the photography, and it just makes the job a lot more. It doesn't make it a job, it makes it fun.
It makes it fun. Frank, I want you to give your website again, because if people want to find out more about the greeting cards, your book, and everything that you do in the Bay Area, what is your website? Okay,
the website is mickeyphoto.com, but it's spelled MCKYFOTO.com. And you can go there and see my Disney involvement. You can see the Santana Row book and the wine industry involvement, and then lots of other things spread between. There's actually a page in there with a lot of the little celebrities on there, so you can see that too, just for fun.
Fantastic. Frank, I want to thank you again for being part of the show today. I know I'll see you out and about, and I want to wish you all the success in the world.
Well, thanks, Judy. This has been a treat. I really appreciate it.